Alright, this is gonna be a tough one. Sebastian's back on Pearl as Omen with his duo Orlix as Sova. Sebastian's bronze 1, Orlix is bronze 2. It's a full bronze lobby. Here's how it went. Starting with defense pistol, Sebastian is Flowers and Orlix begins behind screen in a 2-1-2 setup. The attackers send 4 down B main with ISO insta-popping his shield. Orlix tells Sebastian, who's clearly not comfortable throwing smokes as Omen yet. Orlix sends a recon dart pillar, presumably to get a wallbang through the screen, and at the same time, the enemy Sova sends a recon back sight which scans him. But Orlix doesn't feel like tucking into safety, instead letting them spam him through the screen. Despite his dart scanning nothing, meaning nobody's in front of pillar yet, Orlix calls to use a shock dart at the choke for some reason. Now Cypher gets to sight and throws a cage at the choke since we're still waiting for Sebastian to Omen smoke. Eventually Sebastian smokes, and despite not hearing sounds from the Cypher cage, meaning nobody's in the smoke, Orlix decides to use his last shock dart in the smoke. Next, Sebastian helps the enemies by smoking Cypher off street for them, spam puts Orlix out of his misery, and the attackers now entry. Oh, nope. Okay, now they entry. Sebastian TPs out of hell into back hall and hits the nastiest clip I have ever seen. But plant goes down and the lurking Viper hits an even nastier clip.
One enemy remaining.
Pistol goes the way of the attackers. On the eco, Sebastian starts in connector with a smoke south. The enemy's 4-man B main again with Viper on the lurk. Sebastian smokes B main much faster this time, but isn't ready for the Viper to be so far forward and gets one pump. This round though, Orlix played art so he can trade on the unprepared Viper. Oh my god, why are you reloading with 7 bullets left? Gecko refrags, but holy moly. The attackers here actually cancel the B hit and run all the way back to A. Sage walls art and plants. Reyna tries throwing by playing forward alone in a post plant when they have numbers, and instead of her gun, decides to keep util in her hand. Cypher shows exactly why that was dumb, and Sage tries to get the trade. But thankfully, Cypher throws an incredible escape cage. At the same time, Gecko is on the slowest flank of all time with his Bucky, and Jet gets to art but doesn't see ISO's head poking out from the Sage wall. Sage wraps our Cypher, and Sova punishes the Jet for trying to trade. Finally, Gecko activates and kills ISO in main, before deciding to save the Bucky instead of dying to Spike for more money. Even though last round we didn't force, meaning we have money to buy guns, we make the call to not do that, because we want to play with worse guns, I guess. The attackers send 4A this time with Viper still lurking. Sage walls off art better this time before planning. And the lurking Viper, who I'm pretty sure is shotgun only, still somehow surprises Sebastian and Orlix. She's dealt with, but now Sage slow orbs art. Next, Sova teaches Sebastian about angle advantage the hard way. He then pushes through his own slow orb to get Orlix. And then pushes through the slow again to get Gecko, winning the bonus. Round 4, we're realizing we should probably buy up guns. Sebastian takes contact B long and smokes it. In mid, Gecko pushes and skillfully finds a moving headshot on Reyna. He continues his flank and skillfully gets 2 more moving headshots. Sebastian and Orlix notice this and instantly run mid to support Gecko. Orlix shocked close for no reason, but does go the direct route. And Sebastian decides to giga flank for absolutely no reason, meaning he's not in position to trade his duo. While this is happening, Cypher and Jet played together, which lets Cypher trade Jet and finally get on the board. Round 5, the attackers run A. Sova darts and ults, Sage walls art, and Viper uses her pit to secure the site. Sebastian spams the smoke and Sova walks into it for a free kill. Sebastian and Orlix then try entering the pit off the back of an Omen blind. Only once in pit on Spike, Sebastian tries to smoke it. Viper wipes them both with a judge, and Cypher spams Reyna, which gets him ult. He pops ult and then reloads during the first scan. Instead of reloading first, ulting, and getting easy wallbangs through the church wall, he decides to push into pit against the judge in between pings. At the time of the first ping, Gecko does not react. Then he throws his dizzy above the pit, which, shockingly, doesn't do anything. Over in main, Jet is struggling to pick up a Vandal. Tries spamming at the old pings, and with half the mag left, reloads instead of waiting for the second ping to kill Viper. No time left, we're now down 1-4. Round 6, Orlix buys a scoped weapon, yet pushes forward into B main with no cover, completely canceling the reason you'd buy a scope. All 5 attackers are here, and somehow he escapes. To confirm everyone's here, Jet has a brilliant idea. Yeah, everyone's here. Just to make sure Sebastian's smoke is still here, I guess, Orlix uses his drone to just kind of stare at it for a while. The enemy Sova also drones, but isn't satisfied with just staring at a smoke, which he could do with his eyes. Instead, he pings Sebastian. Sebastian starts breaking it, but then decides he doesn't really feel like it. Attackers win. Round 7, it's an A hit. Cypher Cam sees at least 3 people enter site, which doesn't matter to Orlix, who runs out with util in hand and no plan at all. Sebastian TPs on Tallbox and Art to see over the Sage wall, and learns about the infamous lurking Reyna. down 1-6. Round 8, Sebastian starts with util out. Attackers send 5B long, which is actually good for us, because Sebastian bought an Ares, the perfect gun for spamming through smokes. Sebastian does not spam any smokes. Sebastian dies. Orlix ults the sky, in case anyone is cheating, I guess. Now everyone knows he's in heaven. He swings heaven, down 1-7. Bars. Round 9, Sebastian only has a classic and walks into 2 mid players. Orlix recons B long and scans ISO. He then drones B long and doesn't dart him for the wallbang. Instead, he pulls his knife out and jumps out in front of him. Down 1-8. Round 10, as soon as the barrier drops, Orlix sends his dart A main to check for cheaters. If it scans anything, he'll know somebody's starting in front of the barriers, which is cheating. If it doesn't, that's because everyone started fairly, since it's impossible to get this forward that fast. Unfortunately for him, all 5 attackers are actually going B main. ISO ults Gecko in street, but Cypher is there to watch his body. Just the body, not the guy camping it. Cypher ults, which tells Orlix that Reyna is in elbow watching heaven, but the Proud Lion doesn't. Oh. Cypher and Jett win the round 2-8. Round 11, because Sebastian is once again in his smokes at start, he has no clue where the enemies are and almost smokes A, even though all 5 players are actually hitting his sight. After Cypher spams Sova, Sage walls for the res. Sebastian sends a blind, I think to jump on screen and punish them, but then doesn't jump on screen and punish them. So the blind doesn't really do much. He makes up for it though with the insane read that they're rotating to A. He ults to get there early, but somehow doesn't hear the Reyna right beside him and dies. Orlix gets one from Secret and dies from the art player who he doesn't consider at all. 2-9. Final round of the half, attackers go B, but Jett and Gecko flank for 3, Sebastian gets one from Heaven, jumps on Spike, and cleans up Sova. 3-9 at the half. Second half pistol, we start A. Jett dashes past the Viper smoke and her own cloudburst and gets revenge on Viper from last pistol. Sebastian and Orlix jump through to help. Sebastian dies to Reyna backside, then Orlix dies to Reyna backside. In a 1v3, Jett does not succeed. Bars. The eco, we go back A, spikes down, and we push CT to win the Thrifty. Now, 4-10. Round 15, we slam B for the first time. Orlix scans top site to check for cheaters because he's pretty sure nobody's up there, so we push forward. Jett dies, Sebastian dies, Sage walls us out. There's 3 here, so let's just rotate A. Cypher, please cage this wall so we can cross extra safely. Thank you. We're just missing ISO and Viper. Oh, I found her. 4-11. Round 16, we'll go back A since that worked once. Seb throws smokes fairly shallow stairs and fairly deep flower. Viper shotguns Jett and Sebastian, but Orlix is ready to trade. Orlix is ready to trade. We gotta stop reloading in the middle of a fight. Plant goes down, but we still lose 4-12. Round 17, in a Hail Mary attempt, we go back B. And this is actually, I think, the best round that we have had all game. Orlix darts 3, Sebastian smokes Heaven and street, Cypher cages to help cross, Gecko flashes out. Sebastian blinds anyone trying to get out of the street smoke, Sebastian kills the Sage in hell, Jett kills Reyna in street. Holy shit, Cypher knifed the Sova! Jett throws a post plant with numbers by pushing CT alone, but Gecko kills the flanking Viper to even out the numbers. Sebastian goes street, but gets picked by the ISO, and thankfully Orlix trades, winning the round, 5-12. Round 18, we're 5 on A. Sebastian smokes, but then gets ISO ulted, and loses. Jett dashes across the choke while it's smoked, and then updrafts and falls into the Viper orb. Then, Orlix drones even though Jett's already on site, and Jett dies to ISO's Odin backside. Gecko tries to leave with Spike, and displays his superior gunplay on the flanking Sova. Now, Cypher with an op must 1v4 clutch. GG, 5-13 loss.